What's going on, everyone? So in the last episode, episode 5 of season 3, we see Fatima finally get caught. She wasn't really caught. Like, Ellis clearly felt something was up, something was going on, that Fatima was hiding or trying to do something, but she wasn't like seeing, like he didn't watch her eat it. Like, she was able to cover it up. He was kind of like, what's going on? She didn't appear from what we saw, any like food residue or anything on her mouth or anything to where he's just like, were you just eating that or nothing? He kind of was just like, what's going on in here? What's happening? And, Fatima tries to kind of play it off as like, nothing, I was just checking on the crops, right? And then finally reveals to Ellis that, hey, no, like, you can't help me, right? Like, Ellis basically is trying to be the good boyfriend and, hey, I'm trying to hold us together here, right? Like, kind of, leading towards like, hey, you're snapping off, like, we're in the, I mean, he just had the talk with his father, and his father's like, you and Fatima are playing this dangerous game, kind of opening up to Ellis, and Ellis is in this tough spot where he's like, it's his wife and his father's, but he's like, I got to stick up for my wife, and Fatima's right, and it was a tough situation, period, for him. And then he tries to go and comfort and speak to Fatima, and now he catches her doing something a little shady, and he's just kind of like, hey, like, talk to me. What is going on here? I'm trying to have your back, and no, you're not acting sane here, right? And then Fatima finally relays, like, hey, you can't help me. I'm eating these vegetables that are dying. And we don't know at this point yet exactly what she divulged to him, how much she divulged to him. Did she keep it simply at the crops? Did she keep it simply there? Did she tell him that, no, I was also, drinking blood and doing all this crazy stuff, right? Does she believe it's something with her? Is it something with the baby? She says, I think something wrong with the baby, but is it like, does she feel like it's something that's turning her? Or is it a sense of the baby, right? Like, can she feel, does she feel like the hunger is coming from the child? Or does she feel like the hunger is from herself? And, maybe it's impacting the baby, right? There's clearly something wrong with Fatima. There's clearly something wrong with this pregnancy. Whether it's the baby or it's her herself, that we don't know. Does she even have a baby, right? Like, it's very possible that she just has not, that she herself is transforming. There's so many different angles, so many different directions, so many different ways that they can kind of take this if they want. But we got a little teaser, a little look ahead for the upcoming episode 6. And in that, we see that they have an ultrasound now, right? Now, there was kind of mentioned in passing that the ambulance might have an ultrasound, and lo and behold, it does. And Christy knows how to use the ultrasound, and they go to take a look at Fatima, right? In the look ahead teaser, Boyd sits down with Fatima and Ellis after they appear to be having a conversation and expressing concerns for the baby. And even in the kind of description of it, Boyd has concerns about his family and, the baby, and like everything, everyone's worried about the baby, right? Fatima, Ellis, as well as Boyd. There's genuine concern that, like, hey, like, they might have to even get rid of it if they have to, right? So they're kind of trying to figure stuff out, and Boyd relates to them, hey, Christy's got an ultrasound. And so, they go, and lo and behold, boom, ultrasound, trying to figure stuff out. But in the scene, right, again, we just get quick little glimpses. Everyone seems very concerned, and Christy seems almost like either something strange is there or something isn't there at all. So I think either A, the image that's coming across seems corrupted and there's something strange, or she's not pregnant and the ultrasound is going to confirm it, right? Because the look on their face, the kind of like, it's this like question, curious look, as well as a mix of concern, of like, wait, this isn't right. There's something clearly going on here that shouldn't be going on here, that shouldn't be happening. And that could create a big bombshell, because again, it's either two ways. Either she's pregnant or she's not. And then even that, there's only two ways that the corruption is happening. Either it's the baby or it's Fatima. right? Because look, either A, she's not pregnant and Fatima is going dark side, or she is pregnant and Fatima is going dark side, or she's not pregnant and Fatima is going dark side, or she is pregnant and the baby's going dark side, right? So literally, there's only two paths here that it can be. Either Fatima's pregnant and it's corrupting her, or she's not pregnant and it's corrupting her because it's just her. And look, I've talked about possibilities. Like, we've seen a real pattern of characters dying, new ones coming in, right? Like, there's the colony house getting taken out, right? A bunch of people dying and stuff. Boom, all of a sudden you get like a whole bus of people, right? Even most recently, Nikki dies and Dale dies, right? Looked like it was going to be Randall. Was it Randall? It was actually Dale. Well, guess who we got? We got Henry and we got Officer Acosta. So, again, you constantly are seeing these patterns. Take it even further, right? A family dies and a new family comes in. Literally the same morning. Right? Like, that's what this place does. New life brings death. So one of the things that I've talked about is like, okay, well, what happens when a monster dies? And Christy has said that the monsters once appeared to be human. And one of the monsters themselves said something similar about like, hey, I didn't choose to be this way. I didn't want to be this way. Now, could that have just been, trying to talk about, trying to trick, the man that was trying to, make whoopee with, trying to keep it, PG for YouTube, but, whoopee with the monster, right? Like, yeah, sure, that's possible. But it's also possible that at one point they were monsters and they are human and turned into monsters. And the way that you do that is through some type of change, some type of metamorphosis. And maybe it's through a pregnancy or it kind of seems like a pregnancy, right? Because, it very well could be that, you're experiencing signs like the hunger, the, cramps because your body's shriveling up and dying on the inside and all that. Like, there could be a lot of similarities, because that's basically what it looked like. It looked like humans all dried up, right? Like, so I'm curious to see, one, obviously, how does this impact Boyd? How does this impact Ellis and Fatima, right? This season has been all about breaking Boyd. And I've talked about this specifically in a video, I actually made a whole video about it, is what better way to break Boyd than through Ellis? Well, how do you break Ellis? Killing Ellis isn't going to break Boyd because he put the town over Boyd or over Ellis and even his wife. His wife died and he just business as usual, right? Because if you kill Ellis, now Boyd has nothing left but the town. Now he has nothing left to focus on but the town. Now he has nothing left but the mission. But if you break Ellis by either turning or killing Fatima, guess what Ellis is? Ellis is now broken. Ellis is now a distraction for Boyd. Boyd now has to deal with Ellis. Boyd now has to try to go be a father and balance out the town and trying to save people and all that. But all of his focus and attention is no longer on the town. Right? So how can you start breaking the thing that he loves, which is the town, and wanting to get out and save everybody and this, that, and the other? Right? It continuously is the trend and talking point of this season. Well, how do you do that with Boyd constantly focused on the mission and the task at hand? Oh, you do it by breaking Ellis, so now he can't just focus on the task at hand. He has to spend a good amount of time working with the son, or he's going to just, once again, choose the town over his son, and what if his son decides it's time to go bye-bye? You know what I mean? Like, hope you're picking up what I'm talking about, right? Again, YouTube, gotta be careful. But that is something that could be of real concern. There's definitely going to be an impact. There's definitely going to be they're not setting this up for it to not have some kind of craziness, right? There's something going on. Now, could it in the end up sunshines and rainbows? Sure. Right? But you got to imagine that there's going to be some type of hurdle, some type of obstacle, some type of chaos before it leads to the better ending rather than the ending of what it could be. Just kind of something to keep in mind. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, and I pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you think that this is something with the baby? Do you think it's something with Fatima herself? Do you think it's something that's going to impact Ellis and Fatima as well as Boyd? Do you think no, like in the end, it's gonna turn out great. It's gonna turn out okay. Just kind of got to get through the sort of chaos first. But, she'll make it out. The baby will make it out. Do you think, neither are making it out or only one will make it out? What do you think is going to show up on the ultrasound now that we have the ultrasound? What do you think their reaction is? Again, however you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out. Helps me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.